The Blue Whale Challenge, a harrowing descent into online shadows. In the dark corners of the Internet lurked an insidious challenge that terrorized families across the world, driving children into a pit of despair and, allegedly, self-destruction. A gruesome trail of broken lives, tied together by one commonality: the enigmatic, Blue Whale Challenge. An online, suicide game, designed for teenagers, it became a specter haunting homes, robbing them of their young ones. A string of tasks, 50 in number, spread over 50 days, each more ominous than the last, concluding with the unthinkable: self-harm and suicide. The Blue Whale Challenge, as it was reported, commenced with innocent tasks such as waking up in the middle of the night or watching a horror movie. As the days went on, the nature of the challenges escalated, becoming progressively malevolent. These included standing on the edge of a towering building or self-mutilating, carving an image of a whale on their arm. The final task, a nightmarish command, demanded the player's life. The terror of the game was not confined to its grim trajectory, but the consequences it bore, countless young lives cut short in its wake. Initially emerging from Russia, the chilling game quickly spread its roots across Ukraine, India, and the United States. The first whisperings of the game began after the tragic suicide of a Russian teenager, Rina Palenkova, in 2015. Her death stirred discussions in specific chat rooms on vKontakte, Russia's largest social network. These chat rooms were breeding grounds for sinister stories, often blurring the lines between reality and fiction. The looming mystery behind Rina's suicide only served to fuel the wildfire of fear and curiosity surrounding the Blue Whale Challenge. Further investigations into similar tragic cases revealed connections to the same online groups that Rina was a part of. Children lost to suicide, a thread of melancholy running through their online interactions, and recurring mentions of blue whales became an all-too-familiar narrative. Why the blue whale? Speculation links it to the known suicidal behavior of these majestic creatures who sometimes deliberately beach themselves. Alternatively, it could be traced to the lyrics of a Russian rock band, Lumen. These whales became symbolic of the sorrowful solitude that the participants of these online groups possibly felt, coloring their virtual interactions with a hue of deep despair. May 2016 saw the chilling narrative of the Blue Whale Challenge invade the mainstream media, thanks to an article by Galina Merselieva in Novaya Gazeta, an investigative newspaper. The game was said to have curators who set tasks for the players. A shocking estimate suggested that as many as 130 children might have succumbed to suicide because of their participation in these groups. The game, known as the Blue Whale Challenge, was officially brought to the world's attention. One cannot ignore the shadowy figure that emerged as the alleged mastermind behind this horrifying challenge: Philip Budeikin. Arrested in November 2016, he was charged with inciting teenagers to suicide. His chilling claim to the Russian media stating that he was cleansing our society sent shivers down the spine of everyone who heard it. Budeikin, an aspiring producer of an occult-themed electronic music genre and a former psychology student, seemed to use his understanding of the human psyche to manipulate his victims, pushing them into the abyss of despair. However, as one dives deeper into this murky narrative, the line between fact and fiction becomes more tenuous. Evgeny Berg, an investigative journalist, began to unravel a different perspective. According to his research, the number of suicides linked to the Blue Whale Challenge was grossly exaggerated, a consequence of a grieving father's attempt to make sense of his child's suicide. The game itself seemed to exist more as a nightmarish urban legend rather than a concrete reality, with many curators being impressionable children copying what they had heard or read. Could it be possible that the Blue Whale Challenge was merely a chilling folklore spun out of control, an amalgamation of different elements taken out of context? Or was it a deliberate creation of a manipulative mind like Boudéquin's who claimed to have started it all? Could the innocent-looking discussion forums have been the breeding grounds of this sinister challenge, turning them into virtual slaughterhouses? But what do you make of the Blue Whale Challenge? Is it a stark reflection of our society's failure to address mental health, particularly among teenagers? Or is it a cautionary tale about the dangers lurking in the depths of the Internet, ready to ensnare the vulnerable? We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And if you're interested in more such chilling tales from the real world, don't forget to subscribe.